Hi, everybody. Well, I guess this is a series now. I guess I'm making a series on entitled cruisers because I got another story of somebody reaction to a story by John Heald, who was just making a comment on something that seemed, if you were the passenger, you probably would have seen that this is pretty, this was a romantic night. It's something special for us. It was a fun thing. And then another passenger wrote on this comment after John Heald posted this post, and I'll show you the post. But they just went all in on John. But wait until you hear the state of the cabins that they just leave for the stateroom attendant. So John Heald posted on his Facebook page just a picture of a cabin, and it had rose petals scattered around the room. Lots of them, hundreds of them it looked like. Obviously it was Valentine's Day time frame, and he made the comment of, look at they must have had a really romantic night last night kind of thing. And one passenger really took offense to this. John was just kind of saying this in a humorous way. Hey, look, what they had a really great night. Never mentioned passenger's name, never mentioned the cabin number, nothing like that. But he did mention about, because of all these rose petals and everything like that, there was extra work for that cabin steward that next morning, and it was turnaround day, which means they had to empty everything, the bed sheets and everything, and vacuum and etc. And now there's hundreds and hundreds of these rose petals all over the floor and the beds and the cabinets and everywhere in this cabin. Obviously he has to pick all that up, or she has to pick all this up in time for the next person to get in there. That's a lot of extra work. And so that was kind of the comment he did. He wasn't shaming anybody really. But then we have our commenter, our entitled commenter, and I'm going to put it in as entitled commenter because they wrote back and said, shaming the person for leaving Valentine's hearts across their floor of their room was unprofessional and plain wrong. Okay, I can see where you're saying that, they were kind of shaming them because they didn't pick up the rose petals. Okay, if I had my romantic night kind of like that and it was Valentine's Day with my partner, I would probably not even think about it till the next morning, and then you have to be out of the room by 8 a.m. You're probably going to apologize maybe a little bit to the room steward cabin, maybe tip them a little extra saying sorry about this, but I hope this makes up a little bit for it kind of thing. I would probably do that. Instead, this person went on to say, we don't make the bed. We do not throw away all the garbage. We do not pick up our clothes. We do not make the bed and generally straighten up things. I leave all the wet towels in a pile in the shower. Do you clean your own room in the hotel, John? Of course you don't. Well, dude, I don't leave my garbage all over the rooms, even in a hotel room. If I order room service, I have a room service tray, I put it in a certain area, and then from then on, any cans, any drinks, anything, food, anything like that goes on that service tray. So it's easy for the room steward to pick up and take out and leave. I do not throw my clothes all over the place. I put it in one of the drawers. I put all my dirty clothes in one of the drawers as I'm cruising. And then at the end, I carry around a plastic bag with me that I put all my dirty clothes in at the end of the cruise, put it in that, put that in the luggage. Or I'm, send it out for cleaning, and then it's new clean clothes. I never leave my dirty clothes around the room, ever, on a cruise. I don't. As far as towels, usually my towel is going up on the rack on the door because I'll reuse it. I'm fine reusing my own towel for a few days. That's not a problem. If something happened, I spilled something and I use the towel to mark it up, then I put it in a pile right there on the floor in the bathroom. The cabin steward knows to take it, give me a new one. I try and leave my cabin at least presentable, and I work a lot. My computer's there, I have camera equipment, I have it, but nothing is in the way of the cruise passenger cleaning the room. Now, I do have a thing. I am weird because I often will watch things on my computer at night, not necessarily the TV, but I want to put something on the TV and then I'll work, right? I'll do this. And often, so I will flip my bed around, and so my pillows are on the end of the bed as opposed to at the head of the bed, and put the computer on the end and do this so I can see the television screen. And that's how I'll sleep. So my bed's always reversed. That's the biggest problem I leave for my cabin member. He has to put the pillows back on the front. That's it. But I will never leave a mess for my cabin. But here's where the entitlement starts to come in, right? It's crazy. He goes, here we go. Why should those of us who tip the suggested amount Carnival tells us to tip to do the job of the cabin boy or cabin girl cleaners? Our room does not look like an F3 tornado has gone through it. It looks like a mom and her daughter are on vacation and have better things to do. Mom, by the way, is a platinum member. Okay. Congratulations, you're a platinum member. Does that mean you have to leave your room in a state of, like why can I walk by some cabins. I just noticed this on my last cruise, and I'm walking by some cabins, and once in a while, you peek in. Sometimes you're looking for your room steward to say hi in the morning. He might be in the room cleaning, and I look in it, and I see the room looks like a disaster. There's clothes everywhere. They're hanging from chairs. They're hanging from the tables. There's room service stuff in like 4 different spots. Some of it's on the floor, plates are on the counter, plates are sitting on the bed end tables. It's a mess. And I just couldn't live that way. I could not leave my stuff like that. I could not make all that extra work for the person coming in to clean my room. And yes, you're going to say, Don, you sail alone. Yes, but I sail with other people too. I often go on trips where there's 4 of us staying in the same cabin. It's, on trips with fam trips and other travel agents. That's how we have to go sometimes. And so we don't leave it like that. I'm sorry. And by the way, I'm elevated status with pretty much every cruise line in the world as far as the big cruise lines are concerned. I sail on them all the time. And so do I expect to be able to leave my cabin worse for wear just because of my status? Absolutely not. And I understand they're there to clean, but guess what? They're not the cabin boy or cabin girl. They're the room stewards. And they're there to clean up our room and pick up our room, but they're not there to pick your clothes up and place them in proper areas. How are they supposed to know where you want your clothes? If you put all your dirty clothes on your bed and then leave the cabin, what are they supposed to do? Where are they supposed to put your clothes? How are they supposed to make your bed? Well, if they take your clothes, you might get mad. If they place you someplace, you might get mad. You leave them in a very hard situation. So yeah, maybe just think a little bit before leaving everything everywhere. Do you guys leave your stuff everywhere all the time? I don't. I would never even think of doing something like that.